What's up everybody, Tiffany Outdoors here. Today we're going to be working on a new project, a commission project by my buddy Debo. Alright y'all, let's do this. There's the hawk. Before there was a Tiffany Outdoors, there was Tiffany the farmer.
On a U-turn when possible.
No, we're not U-turning.
Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, boo.
Alright, so my brother Debo, he sent me this video on TikTok and asked me if I could make it. Of course I can. Well, I won't say of course. We're going to give it a shot. So, first thing I look at when I see something like that, I'm going to assume that it's made out of pine. I'm going to make this out of solid red oak. I like using hardwoods for projects like this because I feel like they last a long time and they're a lot more higher quality. So I'm not sure what that sign is made out of. I'm not going to speculate and say it is made out of pine, but I'm going to use red oak for mine. So this is a 1/2 inch by 6 inches. I'm going to use that for the top portion, and then I have these 1/2 inch by 3 inches for his kids' names. Now this oak is called, I think it's S4S, which is sanded on all 4 sides, so it's nice and smooth. No sanding actually needed. So, but I am going to knock off the edge on these because the edge is really sharp. When I say sharp, it is like a really, I don't know, it's just a really hard edge. So I'm going to knock that edge off probably with my orbital sander just to round it off and make it a little bit softer and smoother. Alright, first thing I need to do is pull out my miter saw and start cutting. I'm not sure the measurements of the actual product. I tried to look it up and find measurements. I didn't see any. But I'm going to make mine 12 inches long. I think 12 inches is a good length. Alright, let me tell you guys about this. I'm going to skim the edge off of this. I forgot to cut a clean edge on this because it's sanded on top, bottom, side, but it's not sanded on the ends. So I'm gonna just skim the edge just to take that off because it's a little rough. So what you do is you take your board, you take your saw, push it all the way down, take your board, put it up against the blade, raise your blade up, and then run your blade, and then that'll just skim off just the edge of it. And now that I have this cut, I'm going to use this as my template. Actually, I'm going to skim the edge on these. Now my buddy, he's got, I keep calling him my buddy, my brother. Those words are interchangeable. He is a good friend of mine. He's got 3 children, so I have all of their names and their birthdays and things. So I need to cut 3 pieces, 12 inches long. So I've already got this cut out. I'm going to use this as my template to measure. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have these eye hooks. That's the size. Let me show you guys the size. And I need 12 of them. 2 for the top and bottom of each, or 2 for each board that's going to connect. So I need a total of 12. And these are silver. I want them to be black. So I went and bought some gloss black paint. I'm going to paint these, and then I'm going to cover them or go over them with either some polyurethane or some lacquer to seal in the black paint. And I want to paint these outside. So what I'm going to do also is I have to connect these together. I'm going to have to link these together. So what I'm going to have to do is take some pliers and open this end up. Let me make sure I can do that before I go through painting them. So I have some of these jewelry pliers that I'm going to use. Let's stick them in there and see if I can open it just enough to slide another eye hook in there. Boy, uh-oh. Uh-oh, no. Oh no. Let's see. 2 pairs of pliers, let's see. I can open them up. I need to be able to open these up so I can link them together. Oh boy. Houston, do we have a problem? Oh, nope, I got it. Okay, yep, it's doable. It's gonna be a feat, but it's doable. All right, let's go paint these. Alright y'all, I've got some 180 grit sandpaper on my orbital sander, and let's knock these edges down. While that paint is drying, I'm going to go ahead and start marking where I want to put these. So I've got my combination square out here, and I'm going to go a 1/2 inch in. So I'm going to do this. Mark it a 1/2 inch, and then take my center punch and punch like a starter hole right in the center here, so I know where to drill my hole. Try and get it as centered as possible. There we go. So I got me a little pilot hole on each end, and then I'm going to do top, bottom, and then the top on these boards. Alright, I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, everything is dry, so I'm going to take... It doesn't matter which way you go with these, but of course, you know, you want to have an open-ended one with a closed-ended one, so you can link them together and close that if you want, or you can leave it open like that. I think I'm going to attempt to close them and see how they look, because I don't want these to come apart. So let's go ahead and start screwing these in. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing here. And I want to make sure I get them going as straight down as possible. Once I get them started, then I can take a screwdriver and use the screwdriver to screw these on in like this. So I'm starting it off kind of gently because I don't want it to go crooked, and I don't want to accidentally snatch it out of the hole. There we go. And now for my open-ended ones, I'm going to screw on the next one. Get that started. Make sure you guys can see. Yes. Open end. Get this started. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the first ones. Get them started. And I'm twisting them as far as my hand will allow me to twist them without pain. And then I'll put put in the screwdriver and use the screwdriver to, and I'm putting them in all the way to where the threads just disappear on it. Alright, so now this can link on here like this, and then it'll hang like that. I think I'll just leave them open like that. I feel like if I close these, I'm going to scratch these up, and I don't want to scratch these up. I don't know. We'll see how I feel in a minute. Alright, so I got the open hook facing that way, and then on the bottom I got to do a closed hook. And now on the top here, open hook. And then I'm just going to continue this all the way down until I get to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these in, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, one last thing to do is put on a sawtooth hanger. I'm going to put on this really big one here. It's pretty stout, so I think it'll be just right for this. Alright, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited. Woo! Hook on there, which, let's see, does that look good? I think that looks good. And here, and then drop that on, drop that hook on, like so. Yeah. There you go, guys. That's how that's going to hang on the wall. That looks so good. So the only thing I have left to do is to personalize it. Alright, y'all. So now all I have to do is personalize this. I'm going to use my Cricut machine for that. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can handwrite these. You can put chalkboard paint on there and handwrite it so that the kids will have your handwriting to make it even more personal. You can put any information you want, and so my friend, he wants his kid's name, their birthday, and something else. He put it in the text for me, so I'm just going to copy that and put that on there, and this will be complete. I'll show you guys what it looks like.